What's up? Still working some stuff out. Alright, I can probably go for about 4 hours today. I do have a pet sit later tonight, but it's between 7 and 9. And it's like a 30-minute window, so I can probably go to like 8:30. Pet sitting? Yeah, it's my part-time job. There's a there's a lot of dogs that I walk and pet sit, but there's one dog that I'm just checking in on real quick tonight. Puppy babies. Well, she's an older one. She's an old Dalmatian. She's wonderful. So I'm very happy to go check in on her. She's only like 8 minutes away from me. Hi, Mander. Hello to everybody else. You love Crash Twinsanity? I also love Crash Twinsanity. All good, Lilac. I think the game's too loud for me. Give me a sec. Alright. Rumble is working, so I think we're... Actually, I was going to test something. Yeah, it's still like 12 days away. That wasn't it. There's no way this fucking thing doesn't respawn. Okay, I was about to say. Yeah, I don't want to learn it. Let me know how the chat box on screen looks, because I think the cleanest solution is just going to be using the same one for, like, both layouts, whether I'm doing 4x3 or 16:9. My only concern with this one is that it doesn't show more than 2 chats at a time when it's on this layout, but I think I can live with that. My thing about playing Kaizo Twinsanity is that I think that's the one that has just like the super hard stuff that came out a few months ago. I tried it. It took me like 5 hours or something to get through Jungle Bungle. And then when I got to Cavern, there was like a wall that you had to like jump over with the garbage ass physics of Cavern Catastrophe. And I said, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So I stopped. Good deal. There's a lot of chat messages and might be problematic. Yeah, we'll see. My other option is going back to horizontal splits and then putting the chat box where the splits are right now. Which I'm also not opposed to, but I know that some people are very vehemently against horizontal splits, like it murdered their family. I don't really mind horizontal splits. I don't really need all this information. Sometimes I just need the splits and the timer. Hi, Kamari. I also changed to a different, like, chat widget that I think is a lot cleaner than the one I was using before. It's also a lot simpler because I don't have to like pop out both chats in my web browser. But I don't think I can actually take any chat actions in the widget, so if I have to do anything in chat, I have to actually open up the windows on like the browser, which is fine. I have them both up in the background. Yeah, so along with Twinsanity, I'm also going to start derusting Crash 2 because I think I'm going to submit Crash 2 to GD Queer.
It's easy! All too easy.
The speedruns of Sly are sick. I don't really know a lot about Sly 3. I know Sly 2 is really well liked, despite how long it is, and Sly 1 is a fantastic run. Sly 1 is still something I'm considering learning in the future. Did I get the blue gem in Insanity Island? Did I? Yeah. I actually had to check that for a second. I was like, I don't know. Hi, Brenina. The invincibility in this game doesn't protect Crash. It does, it just doesn't damage enemies. Like, Crash cannot get hurt except for by explosives with invincibility, but like enemies cannot hurt him while he has triple mask. The real killer is that triple mask is so short in this game. It only lasts 8 seconds. That's shorter than Twalk, and Twalk is already pretty short. Speedrun is kind of like driving. You don't really remember what you just did. It's just like a lot of things that take a lot of focus and a lot of like repetition. You kind of just learn to autopilot, and that's not really a bad thing. Like, it's a thing in fighting games also. Like, a lot of times in Smash, I'll just be like, I don't know what I just did. I let my brain take control. And it's better that way because you don't want to be like constantly overthinking everything. Not even TNTs are immune from... Yeah, so the TNT Nitro thing, like, that does kind of suck, but I know that that was a design choice because they didn't want you cheesing any of the puzzles, and a lot of them use TNTs and Nitros. Now, you could just say they could have made it so that some TNTs were auto-kill and some weren't, but then you remember this game's development cycle, and then you kind of just, like, understand. Maybe not give them a pass, but, like, understand why it's like that. Oh, I love that, Dio. It's been so funny, Dio. Like, whenever I'm in Marathon Man's chat, like, if I mention something about, like, Crash 2, Greg will be like, oh, that thing from, like, 10 years ago. I'm like, what? We only filmed this, like, 4 years ago. And he's like, nope, I've been doing that since forever. And, like, I was like, all right. Like, apparently calibrated analog was a thing before, like, 2021, but they, like, banned it for some reason. I don't know. Like, from what Greg told me, they banned it because they were afraid of what Redacted could do if they had analog. And I was just like, so you want to ban this because you don't want this person to be faster? What? 2015 was the Wild West. There was also something in Jack 1 where I watched Marathon Man do a roll jump after the volcanic crater cutscene skip. And I was like, you can roll jump that? Why the fuck have I been boosting? And Greg was like, yeah, that thing from 2013. I was like, well, if everybody in 2021, when I'm learning the game, doesn't do the roll jump and does the boosted, I'm not going to know the roll jump exists. You really like this game's music? I do too. Just ban them for good reason. Look, let's just all acknowledge that, like, 2015 was a much more primitive time in terms of, like, speedrunning rules and regulations. Not saying that I disagree with everything from back in the day. There's quite a lot of things from back in the day that I still agree with, but that's definitely one of the sillier ones. I think the other thing is that, like, the other thing Greg told me. Oh shit, yeah, I'll do that. Sloss. I'll do that. Remind me if this run dies. I'll do that. Yeah, the other thing I think was their reasoning also was, well, because SFX does not, because turning off SFX is something you have to do at the start of Crash 3, like during the run, and you can't just load a file with 0 SFX. You also should have to, like, set up that calibration in the beginning of the run and not set up a file. But as I pointed out, I was like, they're different though, because in Crash 3, the sound effects always resets itself when you reset the game, whereas the analog carries over when you reset the game, like when you click back to main menu. Excuse me. Do subscribers on this channel get ads because you get one? You shouldn't, but sometimes it just randomly happens. But also, yeah, you do not have a sub. Oh, slipslide ice capades. Honestly, the only thing that's rough about that level is, like, 3 of the gems. Honestly, it's more so just 2 of the gems. You kind of just learn how to be better at them. Oh my god. Am I playing the Xbox version? I am. The Xbox version is optimal for speedruns. What are the hardest hidden gems to find in this game? I don't know if any of them are really hard so much as some of them have pretty tough puzzles. I don't really consider them to be that hidden. Like, not in the sense that they are in, like, Crash 4. If we want to talk about the most difficult gems, The clear gem in Twinsanity Island is easily the worst. Here, Raven. It's really easy to miss Bungle Green. I guess. Because it's out of the way. Or actually, no. It's like literally right there. I don't know. I love this trick. I need to keep note of like how long it usually takes me to do this trick, because if it's more than 12 seconds, it's not worth it. How's the run coming? We are way too early to tell. Yeah, Bradley. One of your favorite games, haven't played it since 05, need to get it again. Definitely recommend. Yeah, Azrael. What was my best run last stream? If you were here for the one that I finished, that one. That one was a 117, which honestly is not bad for a D-Rust. Yeah, I do this now. Hi, Mari. Thanks for the GL. It's something I still remember, like 4 years ago, when me getting my first sub 120 and it was a 117 was like the biggest deal to me. And now like 117s are like decent D-Rust for me. You also hate Boom Bang, it's crap. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. How am I surviving the nitros? So I did a glitch where I died at the same time that I entered a cutscene. That's why I jumped off when the end of the bee chase section happened. So because I died during a cutscene, the game thinks I'm dead. So I just can't get killed by nitros. But I can also softlock if I just fall into the wrong hole. Yeah, the only ways to get out of this are by triggering the auto kill failsafe for if you fall for too long, or if I pick up a mask. However, I do not want to auto kill right now because the game also thinks I'm attached to Cortex. So if I die and the game tries to respawn me with Cortex, the game will crash because I can't have Cortex here. Or rather, Cortex is not present here. You can theoretically take Cortex anywhere, but if I don't and then I die here and the game tries to respawn me with him, then he's not loaded in, so the game crashes. This is the most chill vibes you've ever had in someone's chat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Hello, T. Since today is the last day of August, what type of streams am I doing in September? Well, for at least a week, I'm doing this. I'll probably do some Crash too, just because, again, I plan on submitting it to GD Queer. And then I kind of want to look into learning either Tag Team Racing or Crash of the Titans. Alright, so I just picked up the mask, so I'm not in the zombie glitch anymore. So now I can die, but that's still bad. Can Crash even take his Papa Cortex to his football practice? Of course. Cortex was pretty funny in this thing. Cortex is hilarious in this game. Tag Team Racing Speedrun sound. It does seem like a really cool run. I've only ever heard good things about it. Titans also seems sick, and since I have the PS2 version now, I can like actually learn it and have it not be miserable. Oh, that was a little close for comfort. If I died at any point before that specific checkpoint, the game would have crashed. That was clean. Well, that sure wasn't. Am I doing this wrong? How did I forget to do this in the span of like 4 days? There we go. Cortex is loaded in that section of the level, so it's not a problem there. You're actually supposed to death abuse where I did. Yay, your favorite boss battle, as I casually and nonchalantly skip him. What the? Did I just push him? How many runs did you miss so far? This is the first one. You are just in time. Not to be confused with the Crash Bandicoot, the Huge Adventure level just in Slime. Twinsanity might be a top 3 weed game. I have never had weed, so I wouldn't know. I don't think you'd ever smoke weed. Edibles are super fair game, though. Yeah, it's just not for me. I had I had a can of Jack Daniel's Coke Zero yesterday. I think that was the first time in over a year that I'd had a full drink of anything. I'm very smart. There we go. Pop goes Cortex's balls. Ugh. I don't want to think about that. Game could have been finished and not a buggy mess if it was delayed to 2006 or 2007. The thing is that it had been already, like, it had already been saved from cancellation like 3 or 4 times at that point. Like, the game was in development for 3 years. I don't think an extra year or so was, like, even if that did save it, Universal definitely wasn't having it at that point. It was either, like, release it now or we're canning it, because they gave the devs so much time. Which is like, I'm not trying to knock on the devs. I love this game, and I'm super proud of what they were even able to put together. But the fact of the matter is that it's not entirely Universal's fault. Hear another ad? Yeah, those will happen. I didn't deserve that, but I'll take it. Game had an almost full resubmit. Yeah. I still think that's like an important thing to know. There's like, even if they did reset it like mid-development, there was still 3 years between the start of the project and the release of the final game. Twinsanity would be awesome if finished. I think Twinsanity is awesome in its current state. What makes me give up on a run and start again? Well, if I do something that makes the run uncompletable, obviously I'll start over. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the early game that, like, causes the game to soft lock or crash, and obviously I can't continue a run from that. If I lose, like, a huge amount of time, then I might just not consider the run worth completing. Like, if you die in Boiler, you can lose at least 5 minutes. And if that happens, I'll just reset because I just don't see a point in continuing. That's what I'm saying, Stellar. I definitely fucked that up. Yeah. We're just taking a really slow cycle here because I messed everything up. You also feel most of the legendary and funny moments would have been cut if it was delayed. Yeah, to be honest, I try not to think too much of like, oh, what this game could have been if it had been finished, because for one, that's not what happened, so I can't really change that. And I do enjoy the game in its current state, so I don't really lament anything. But it's also just like, we don't truly know what would have happened if the game was finished. Like, how much of this would have been there. I think a lot of people have this conception that a finished version of this game would be this plus more, and I don't even know if that's necessarily true. It would have solved world hunger at the very least. That would have been worth it. Don't let the world be hungry. The game could have been pushed to 2005, 2006, or 2007. Yeah, but back then, Universal definitely operated on 1 to 2 Crash games every year, so that was not cutting it. The game sadly won't be remastered because it didn't sell well at launch. It's not going to be remastered because they at least shouldn't remaster any more Crash games. I firmly believe that the PS1 trilogy and Crash Team Racing are the only ones that needed it. Now, I would love to see the other games released on like PlayStation Network or as like digital downloads. But I don't think they need full-blown remakes or remasters. Universal was shit, weren't they? From all that we've been told, sure seems like it. Oddly enough, the exception being Twinsanity, where they were very generous to this game. Dude, nice jump. Finalized Twinsanity would explain why Engine has become green. He became part of the gang, Green Gang. Twinsanity just needs bug fixes and a chain slide jump. I love this game's slide jump.
The rats are leaving the sinking ship. Tell us where the treasure is, and we'll...
We had to suffer with canceled Crash Bandicoot games. Crash 5 canceled, Crash Landed canceled.
We'll have to wring it out of him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I still really like the games that we have, so those are good enough for me in the meantime. Yeah. It unfortunately seems like we're back where we were after Mind Over Mutant. IP on hiatus and not getting handed off to anybody else. Why did those games get canceled? Because Activision felt like that was the best course of action. Was all for nothing in the end? I don't think that's true at all. We came out of the revival era with, if you want to count Insane Trilogy as 3 games, then we came out of it with 5 pretty awesome games. Like, yeah, Crash Team Rumble was a bit of a, like, misstep, but... Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Crash got so much more out of his revival age than most other 3D platformers could even beg to think of. Yeah, I think like Mega Man got 1 game. Spyro got a reignited trilogy, and then like endless cameos in a series that he's not even related to outside of like tangential things. I keep forgetting to split. Cannot believe that worked. Yeah, no, like Crash got like a full-blown remake, which was very well received. They got another remake that was also very well received, load times and online aside. And then it got a sequel, which was contentious, but still I would say pretty well received. Like, most revivals can't even, like, ask for a fraction of that. The only 2 revivals that seem to be eating as good as Crash are Pac-Man and, for some freaking reason, Bubsy.
You monster! Let my brother go!
Banjo-Kazooie were added to Smash, and then they got dumb merchandise, and that's it. I think that's, like, Rare's choice, though. Like, Rare has, like, willingly chosen to not do more Banjo.
Thanks to Perky here. It must be repaired, and only one person can help. My niece, Nina Cortex.
You're not prepared for that at all?
Delightful.
I don't know, Aaron. I've done it before. I have no problem just revisiting these games. It's what I've always done.
Quickly, to my private dirigible.
Even before speedrunning, I would revisit like all the old Crash games on a regular basis. It's like, yeah, it's fun to experience something new, but I have no problem continuously experiencing the old. And if I ever want to do something else, there's so many other franchises besides Crash that are fun and intriguing. So, like, yeah, it's unfortunate that Crash kind of simmered out the way he did, but I savor what we had. Or what we have gotten, rather, because it's not like it's gone. We still have all the games. After this cutscene, let's give our sister a hug. I did that. She didn't like it. You saw some of my vlogs I play occasionally. Let's see that. So I do want to go back to Kingdom Hearts soon. I'm getting fucked. Hello, friends. Join me. Coco and Insane Trilogy is adorable. Coco and Insane Trilogy is my favorite design for her. Yeah, no, I do want to play more Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if I would stream Kingdom Hearts to YouTube unless my YouTube viewers really wanted to see that. But on Twitch, I'll definitely do some non-Crash. It's just right now I have this, like, particularly Flame Fatales is my focus, hence why I'm doing Crash, but after that, anything's fair game, really. This guy. think I need some water. I think I'm dehydrated. Nice. I don't think I've ever missed the jump like that. Hello, Crash. Thank you. Hi, doggy.
Ah, yes. The old alma mater. As a former student myself.
Kingdom Hearts speedrun Winnie the Pooh %. I mean, I've done all worlds in the past, which does involve doing the 100 Acre Wood, and man, is that a boring world. It's worth it, though, because Atlantica's sick. Atlantica's such a cool world in the speedrun. It's like you get Olympus and Atlantica, which are both pretty cool. But the trade-off is you get 100 Acre Wood, which is not. Ain't no way I just did that. It's fine.
Ah, yes. The old alma mater. As a former student myself, I'm well acquainted with the many secrets this institution holds. I'm stuck! The greatest evil scientist in the world! Stuck in a pipe. How could things get any worse?
You tried to speedrun this game on a PS2 emulator? Nice. Yeah, Nick. Thanks for the GL. How did Jack/KH go last night? Mr. Man, when are we racing 1E? Crash Twinsanity, aka Cortex, gets beat up for hours on end. It's for a good cause. Hey, that's the strat then. Oh my god, this lineup is terrible. Cortex makes full use of the Second Amendment. They don't live in America, though. Cortex has never struck me as a law-abiding citizen. Nice jump. Nice jump. We're just gonna do this. You're good, Aaron. Don't worry about it. Have a good rest of your night, though. Love the humor of this game. Yeah, I do too. Thanks for bringing the streams over to YouTube. No problem. It was something I, like, contemplated doing for a while, but was, like, not sure if I wanted to, because I was like, I think I'd rather just, like, keep the streams on Twitch. I watched G-Pro do this, and I don't know how to do it. Yeah, fuck it. Back to using the door. I was like, I don't know, it's kind of just easier to keep things contained to Twitch, but since my uploads on YouTube have been less frequent, and it's probably going to stay less frequent just because I have work now, I was like, might as well have something for like my YouTube subscribers to watch while I'm working on vids, or between vids if I'm like not actively working on one at the moment. Nice. I'm out too. Sonic speedruns would just be people playing the games really well. I actually don't know anything about Sonic speedruns, so I couldn't answer that question. Probably not. There's probably some like techs and tricks and stuff. Dude. Thank you, Crash. Holy shit, that was slow. Not Mega Man in the chat. We were talking about how games did when they were revived or like had remakes. How I felt like even though Crash has kind of like gone back into hiatus, he had it really good for a good like 5 to 7 years. I love when games are broken as shit. I also love when games are not broken as shit, and like speedrunning just involves playing them very optimally. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 is like that. Kingdom Hearts 1 is not a broken game, and speedruns are just playing the game super well, and I think that's really cool. Honestly, most of the Kingdom Hearts games are like that. Like, Kingdom Hearts 1 has one noteworthy skip, and it's on a version of the game that's not optimal. Okay, I guess in All Worlds there's another small skip, but it's not, like, huge. Spear maxing. The cutscene shows Nina having schizophrenia. Maybe she just likes dancing in her room. What is the big KH1 skip? So, specifically on the English version, after you beat Guard Armor 1, you can go right to the waterway where you're supposed to use Red Trinity. And as long as you trigger the Trinity dialogue cutscene there, Sora ends the cutscene clipped into the gate, so you can just walk forward and go into the waterway early. Despite that, though, text is faster on the Japanese version, and it's so much faster that it negates that. The gap between English and Japanese would be a lot bigger if it wasn't for the waterway clip, but even with it existing, Japanese is still faster. It doesn't skip the worlds because you still have to seal keyholes, but it removes some movement in Traverse Town when you go back to revisit it. I think it saves like 30 seconds. It might be closer to like 45. It cuts out some backtracking in Traverse Town. If it let you skip the world's full stop, then yeah, that would definitely make English the fastest. What am I doing for Labor Day? I have a little bit of work tomorrow, and then I'm probably just gonna relax and probably stream. Did I complete Crash for 106%? Yes. I actually just did that very recently. For like the 4th time, I think. I just had a subathon where I 100%ed every Crash game. And Crash 4 was one of them. Yeah, core skip is pretty sick in KH2. That's used a lot in Rando also. Or it was. I don't know if they started running without it. Yeah, core skip is sick. There's also Shan Yu skip in Rando, but that's only in Rando because the things you need to do it you won't have in a regular playthrough. Did I get the developer relics in Crash 4? I did that a few months ago. There was a viewer who asked me how much money it would take me to do that, and I jokingly said $300, and then they gave me $300, so I did it. Oh yeah, the Citadel skip in Jack 1, that one's really good. That one's fantastic because Citadel is an awful level to speedrun.
I see you found employment as a barber.
I'm an evil scientist.
A scientist of it. To me, you'll always be a little bird.
Cortex is asserting dominance by standing in place, and Madame Amberly just doesn't know what to do, so she T-poses and attacks the same organ out of sheer confusion. That's my lore-based reason. Madame Amberly theme song goes crazy. I love this song. Couldn't skip the Madame Amberly boss fight. Nope. You have to fight Madame Amberly because it's the only way to leave Academy of Evil.
Fish?
That's not right. Yeah, the way out of Academy of Evil doesn't spawn until you beat her, so... God damn it. Hi, BL. Please speak English. It's the only language I understand. Wish we could have added Amberly to NF. That's what I'm saying. You need to survive 2 weeks of work and then you have 2 weeks off? Hell yeah. That do be the struggle. You hate working, you need to find someone rich. I hate working, I need to be rich.
A new dimension! It should have been 2 new dimensions, but we ran out of time.
I just need to hit it big as a variety gamer, or variety gaming streamer and YouTuber. And then when I'm making like $10,000 a month, I'll be set. Hashtag goals. Hashtag the American dream.
My daughter, niece. We must do something. Think, Cortex, think.
I will say, as far as jobs go, the one I have right now has definitely been my favorite. I wish it paid more, but goddamn, am I so happy doing it. Yeah, I do dog sitting. Hi, Pete. Nice. Pete, after Fatales, I'm thinking about learning Titans for real. Oh my god, this game sucks. I hate Rock Slide. Dude, come on. Titans would be dope. That makes me wonder, has anybody learned, like, every single mainline Crash game, like, including the remakes, like, the remake era games? Or would I be the first? I think not really. Hype? Because I know you did NST 1. I don't know if you ever did 2 or 3 or 4. What does learning really entail? I don't know. Putting in a concerted effort? Doing a run? I don't know. Only did NST 1 and C4 ACG. So I'm one game away from having the, like, 11th Infinity Stone or whatever. You wish Coco was a playable character in this game? There were plans for that, but they fell through, which is tragic. Friend. Can do a full series speedrun excluding mobile and rumble and I'd be the first. I haven't written that completely off the table. It's just a matter of am I gonna have the energy? That's to piss me off being a fan of her. I think you'll be surprised to find out that I really don't care that much. Like, would it be cool if Coco was playable in more games? Yeah. Am I, like, upset that... Am I upset that she's not playable in this game? Not really. I liked Crash games well before Coco was a playable character, and well before I even realized Coco was my favorite character, or the reason why Coco was my favorite character, so... I don't know, I'll live. Daisy is playable in exactly one mainline Super Mario game. I'm still a fan of all of the ones that I've played. In fact, in one of those other ones where she's not playable, I play as Peach, so...
There they are.
You did the full OG series excluding mobile and handheld and console. It took you 14... Yeah, I saw you do that. I'd probably consider excluding the handhelds of console games, but I would probably want to include NST, or at the very least 4. The full series in 20. Yeah, the question is, can I stay awake for 24 hours? I might implement like breaks, like sleeping, because I care about my health. Oh, I loved Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That's probably my favorite 2D Mario game that I've played. Either that or NSMB 1. I always wanted to go back and 100% Wonder, and I never did. That's fair, Pete. Come on. There we go.
Victor and Moritz's stronghold of evil.
Same, Mari. Like, after messing with the Switch 2, I'm just like, I can't imagine wanting to, like, given the choice between getting something on PS5 or Switch 2, I can't imagine wanting to get it on PS5. Now, given the choice between PS5 and PC, I'll usually go with PS5. That's because my PC's on the old side. I've been considering relearning Crash 4 any percent on PS5, just because I'd have much better loads than I would on my PC. But having to do the worst versions of all the skips sounds awful. I love this game. God damn it, dude. The death abuse was clearly planned. God. There we go. I love video games. I don't know if he ever did Crash 4. Game works. Yeah, that's why I'm playing it. Hi, Gorby. See, if that happened to me, Mari, I would have said yes, but that's beside the point. But also, why did you subject your niece to bash? IDK kind of felt like inflicting cold-blooded torture on a loved one. That sure didn't work. This controls like shit. Well, we at least know she's smart.
That isn't enough! All is lost!
115 is also pretty good.
Let's get out of here!
Need to do something real quick. Okay, how do I add QBot as a mod?
Oh boy! I love roast chicken. Well, this is one heck of an ending.
You know, Crash, for all these years I've been wrong about you. Your creation was a mistake, and your existence has been a constant reminder of that mistake. But I've learned something from all of this. I've learned that you can't run away from your mistakes, but you can bury them! I never want to see your ridiculous face again!
I guess I have to go into the settings.
Where am I? What is this?
This communication. It won't let me add it because something with the verification. I don't fucking know. Maybe I just won't connect QBot to YouTube. Surprised I don't do the Cortex 1 cycle. Haven't bothered to learn it. Hi, this guy. Do I ever feel like putting up a picture of Hawaii shirt Evil Crash on my wall? I would consider it, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll just disconnect QBot from YouTube. You walk into the left leg of the mech right before the laser goes off. I will keep that in mind. Do I want to do another run? What I should practice is some any percent stuff, because there's an incentive for my Fatales run, which is Glitch Exhibition, and I was gonna do Nut Skip and Cursed Warp. And I was thinking about doing Warp Skip, but honestly, I might make the third thing the attacking the tribesmen in the Totem Hokum cutscene, or the ones that would appear in the Totem Hokum cutscene. Because that one's always funny. Yeah, Sigma. I might do another run, so. I don't know why I'm sitting through the credits. Hoverboard backwards through Jungle Bungle is mega impressive, but also really hard. Yeah, I never learned how to do that, and I don't plan on it. You'd like to know who made the game. You see this video game? I invented it. I can maybe also show off Mountain Skip. Mountain Skip is not really cool. Yeah, that's fair. It's cool to me. I'm playing the game again? Probably. Nut is definitely very cool. I love showing off Nut. Nut and Cursed Warp are definitely both going to be shown. How do people discover these glitches, skips, teleports, etc.? There are two ways, either rigorous testing or B, accident. What is Blood doing? Is there a way to like jump into the cutscene afterwards? Can you go further back? So like right here, or further back the other direction? Hi, Smarkin. Somewhere near the dark spot. We're going to the dark side, so like over here. Oh, there we go.
Have to help me, Crash.
That is huge. What the fuck?
They want to destroy our island home, humiliate and enslave you, and steal my brain. How I envy the simple life of the tribes folk. Living in harmony with Mother Nature, the noble boar, the humble bumblebee. Ah!
You have to give me brain. What? Why did he like jump forward? You can kill the boar too. Oh shit! I didn't even know the boar was over there. Knock this guy closer to Papu. Yep. I will knock this guy closer to Papu. Where's the boar at? On the inbound side. Eh. Look at the sunset. Where is the boar at?
You have to help me, Crash. You heard them. They want to destroy our island home.
This is making
humiliate and
confusing.
enslave you,
Fair.
And steal my brain. How I envy the simple life of the tribes folk.
I was hoping they'd be lying on the ground
With
still.
Mother Nature, the noble boar, the humble bumblebee. Ah!
He's fine. Why is he over there now? I don't agree, Sloss, but more power to you. Like, knock this guy very far back up. Why is he mute? I have no idea. That just happens if you trigger the cutscene from behind for some reason. He like jumps forward and then hits the... Oh, this is awkward. I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at this game. The Cortex worms. Oh, okay, actually, teach me how to trigger that and I will. Because I don't know how, I don't know what causes it. Trigger the minigame, then entering the Ernest cutscene. Okay. I didn't know you could do the cutscene. Oh. I didn't know you could do the cutscene before the Ernest, or the minigame before the Ernest. So literally, I've done that before. Okay. Yeah, this sounds more fun than just doing an any % run as an incentive. Because the any percenter would be like, oh, here's some cool stuff. Here's the final level again. Crash. Sir? So you like come over here.
Oh, Crash. The farmer's market is tomorrow, and my wampa trees won't grow, for my orchard is riddled with greedy worms. If you rid my land of these pests, I'll give you this power crystal.
Oh, Crash, the fucker's market is tomorrow, and my marijuana trees won't grow.
I'm an evil scientist. What do you expect? This isn't a game.
It didn't work. Ever done any percent? Yeah, I think I'm like 6th place. And that's without me like really trying super hard in it. Check. Twinsanity. Oh, I'm 7th. Who beat me recently? Oh, safe. That makes sense. Let me watch Sloth's handy dandy video. Never mind. You need to enter from the worm side and then go to the worms as fast as possible. I thought he could hurt you. Only before the cutscene plays. Interesting. That's a bit dark, Mario. Let's not go there. Enter the worm side, then go to the worms as fast as possible after the cutscene. Do I have to hold Cortex with me?
Oh, Crash. The farmer's market is tomorrow, and my wampa trees won't grow, for my orchard is riddled with greedy worms. If you rid my land of these pests, I'll give you this power crystal.
What just happened? I don't know. What just happened?
I'm an evil scientist. What do you expect? This isn't a game.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Mohammed. All of YouTube chat just went through again on stream. Interesting. Cortex must go. His people need him. Now hit Cortex with Cortex. True. This hover nut curse splash and you guess Uka skip. Well, Uka skip we do in the run because I'm doing hundo. Hi, Pikabob. I'm also probably gonna do this version of Tikimon skip just because of safety. And before anybody says, oh, but Kylie, the other version's so easy, you shouldn't mess it up. You saw what happened to Joe. Joe had the biggest blunder of the century. Yeah. But then Joe fixed it during ASM. We love a good redemption arc. Man, I still remember after the run, Dust saying, I will remember that Tikimon skip failure. Rest in peace, Dust. Pour one out. Alright, how do I do this? The actual Cortex mecha fight with strats is kind of cool. Yeah, but to get to that, I have to do all of Jungle Bungle, and I don't want to go through a whole level to show stuff off, because they only gave me 5 minutes for the exhibition, which I think is fair. So I think like Nut, Curse Splash, the Cortex Worms thing, and then the Papu thing is probably good enough. I don't think this is right. That fucking worked, okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do it though, Smarkin, and again, I just don't want to show off. I don't want to show off something that requires me going through a whole level. Okay. Can also just have a save. The problem is that on Xbox, unless I set up some whack shit, I can only have 3 saves, and the 3 save slots are all dedicated to backup spots in the run. The most I was gonna consider doing was replacing one of the saves with warp skip, like when I get to it in the Honda run. But I think I'd rather just show off. I think I'd rather just show off other stuff. Yeah, no, I have this. This is the start of the village. This is before Slip Slide because you need that for Xbox, and then this is the start of Ice Climb. I'm not gonna set up a lot of saves on Xbox HCD. It's too much effort, and then I would have to like change it around every time something bad happens. Honestly, like I've already done a marathon run on Xbox because I ran Hundo on Hotfix. I think as long as I have these 3 and an autosave file going, I'm safe. of being bad at this. FFX allows you to have 99 save slots. Kingdom Hearts 1 does also. And so does Kingdom Hearts 2. Based Square Enix, or Squaresoft, I guess, back then. I think what I'd actually do... Nah, that doesn't work. Never mind. I'm thinking about the order I would do all the stuff in. I still need to play FF10. I own it. Roach gave me the international version like several years ago, and I've just never gotten around to playing it.
Before you rises a cathedral of diabolical genius. Scary, but in the wrong hands, this iceberg lair could do much goodness in the world. Of course, only I have the key. Absurd. Follow me. I know another way.
Another thing I could do if I didn't want to show off Curse Splash specifically, I could show off Splash Teleport. Wow. Oh, I think it crashed before because I was attached to Cortex. I didn't even think about that. Dude, a PC decomp of this game would go hard. Skippable cutscenes. Oh, I missed. There we go. And I love it here. I still have to watch that. I might just do Splash Teleport. That'd be easier to show off and wouldn't involve me having to go to Hub 2, which is like not a problem. But if I'm doing the Tribesman thing also, like it's out of the way. Yeah, so it's like just set up a splash here and then. All right, let me do another run. The fuck is going on? There's a spot in Totem where you can slide and always get the Splash Teleport. If you find that, send it to me and I'll consider it. Bad.
It's easy! All too easy.
Markin, thank you for the sub.
September.
Do you remember the many subs of September or something like that? I don't freaking know. Hi, Caramel. Thank you for the GLGL. Yeah, thank you for the subs, Markin. I need to put a command in chat about September. I said I'd be back Sunday, Allie. Yeah, slide 2 and 3 are long because you can't skip cutscenes. Slide 1 is great, though. It's already Monday for you. Look at this man. He's on the other side of the world. I would say point and laugh because he's not American, but I don't subscribe to that part of my country. Yeah, I think for Sly 2 and 3, individual episode runs are pretty popular because of how long the game is. If you want to do a full game run, Sly 1 is definitely the most approachable. You know, the reason I took so many days off was just on Thursday I went to go play Yu-Gi-Oh, which I won. Well, I tied for first with 2 other people out of 4. Then Friday I got dinner with friends, and then yesterday I didn't really have an excuse yesterday. I think I just wanted to, chill. Hi, Daedra. Nailed it. By all accounts, you should be in bed already because of work tomorrow, but you have to fix this bug or die on this hill. Yes, that's fair.
Crystal is mine.
Yeah, no, I just... Yesterday, I just worked on the script for my next video, and I finished it, so... That was pretty cool. Hi, Rose. Thanks for the GL. Thank God your shift starts only at 3 p.m. That's gotta be like one of my favorite things about the job I have. Is that on most days I don't have to do anything until 11 a.m. at the earliest. Yo, pink guy. It's for the GL. Hello again, Brunino. How'd the last run go? I got a 115, which is pretty good. Ugh. Madness. Ugh. How many minutes of speedrunning it took me to 100% this game? Like in a single run or total? In a single run, it takes me about an hour and like 15-ish. I mean, my personal best is an hour 12. That's profoundly lame. Ingen gone boom. Yeah, he did. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. This dude. I swear. Yeah, Smarkin. Compared to like Crash 2 or 3 that have like genuinely glitched movement, Twins movement feels so like basic in comparison, but then it's still like you have to be on top of it the whole time. Yeah, definitely. That's like the biggest thing for me with any speed game is like the movement has to feel like it flows. If at any point it feels like it just doesn't piece together correctly, that's usually a turn off for me. It's why I think NST in particular becomes really, really fun once you like know the advanced stuff like Hob sliding and like Mock Tornado and stuff, because, or in the case of Crash 1, knowing cycles, because in like base NST just slide spinning feels really fucking lame. But once you're like just flying through the level and you get the rhythm down of how each one feels, it's fucking phenomenal. It's my favorite level in Twinsanity. Antagony. Antagony's my favorite Crash level in general.
Excuse me, madam. Are those real? Mother?
Yo, Ags. You love both Twins and Twalk because they both came in a bootleg try game you used to play back in the day. Honestly, if I could get the load remover for Twalk working when I play it on PS3, I'd probably be more inclined to run that game. Because I want to run the PS2 version because it's technically optimal. Oh my fucking god. But I don't want to sit through the loads, and when I tried to run on Ethernet, it was like very hit or miss on whether things worked. Like sometimes I just get an infinite load, or Crash would just stop responding to my inputs, and then he would just run into place, and I would die, and then the run would be over, and I just don't want to deal with that. I love Antagony. It's so funny just how horribly rushed the entirety of Hub 4 is, but then Antagony is just like so perfect. Installing K-Talk on PC, PS3. You mean the version that is basically identical to Greatest Hits outside of you mash triangle instead of start? Also, I would be running 106, which means I'd want to run J, which is the version I already have. I missed. I don't know why the load remover did not work when I tried using it on PS3. I feel like in theory it should work the exact same, but it did not. Antagony is cool, but you didn't say it's one of your all-time favorites. But I did. Thought 100K Talks was for any percent it is. For 106 it's not.
It's easy.
Who's my favorite character in the Crash Bandicoot series? Coco. Like, not even close. My favorite song in this game is actually Cavern Catastrophe, which is so funny because that level is terrible. You got Coco trauma from CTR, but you used to love her as a kid. Hey, what about her in CTR? Alright, check this out. I'm an expert. I am not an expert. Coco was your first gender envy? I don't know if Coco was my first, but Coco should have been the first sign when I was like, yo, she looks really cool in the Insane Trilogy. I want to play as her. That should have been the first sign. The Coco Emperor AI in CTR is 100% evil. See, my secret to that is that I just play as Coco. One word, Misty. True. I remember in Pokemon games, I would always want to play as the girl because I always thought the girl looked cooler than the guy. But I never would because I always was afraid of people making fun of me for playing as a girl because, you know, young, teenage, male friends. But I remember there was like one specific playthrough that I did where I did play as a girl and it was fun. I think it was Gen 8 was the first time I just didn't give a shit and just picked Gloria. And that should have been the sign. I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna play as the girl because she looks cool. I resonate with her. I'm sure that means nothing. Okay, I don't like that I'm messing this up. So, like, when I was younger, like, Gen 1, obviously, you can't play as a girl. Gen 2, you could only play as a girl in Crystal, and I think I did that once, because it's like, oh, look, it's, like, it's just so cool, you can play as a girl. And then Gen 3, I think I kind of wanted to play as a girl, because I thought May looked cooler than Brendan. But I didn't, I ended up playing as a boy. And then same with Fire Red and Leaf Green. And then Gen 4 was probably the first time where I got really close to picking a girl, because Dawn looks so much cooler than Lucas. It's my favorite of the soundtracks in the Crash series. It's really close between this and Crash 2, but I lean towards Crash 2. Crash 3 is also in the discussion there, but Crash 2 overall is my favorite. Yeah, Roaming, thanks for the GL on the Rins. See, the thing is that in CTR, I like... Hold on. God damn it, dude. CTR, I never... had the opportunity to play as Coco, because my sister would always play as Coco. Like, in any, like, multiplayer Crash game, my sister would always pick Coco, so I was like, well, she's older and mean to me, so I don't want to get her upset, so I'll just play as Crash, because, like, I like Crash. I like Crash Bandicoot, and you play as Crash Bandicoot, therefore I like Crash. But I also remember when they said in Twalk that Coco was fully playable, we were both so excited, and then when we couldn't figure out how to play as her because she's not actually fully playable, we both felt super disrespected. Full disclaimer, by the way, my sister is like one of my best friends. She is a wonderful human being. We didn't always get along when we were younger, probably because I was an obnoxious little snot. I was also very quick to anger because, you know, unresolved gender dysphoria that I didn't know that I had. All right, check this out. Yeah, I think the first time I like actually entertained the idea of playing as Coco in a Crash game was before Insane Trilogy came out. I was like replaying all the Crash games because that was a thing going on in the Crash subreddit, and I used to frequent the Crash subreddit. What a time. And during CTR, I don't remember if I actually played as Coco, or if I ended up playing as Crash just because I was like comfortable playing as him. But like by the Insane Trilogy, I was playing as Coco and everything, and I was like, this doesn't mean anything. I just think she's neat. I want to be just like her. That doesn't mean anything.
Hello. 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 Oh no.
Hey Jody, thanks for the raid. Hope your stream went well. Went well, but no pacers, but it's fine. I'm glad to hear it went well, at least. There's like a single strand of hair in my face, and it's very annoying.
Well, well. A power crystal.
Did that not work? Oh, there we go.
Yes, the crystal is mine. Ah! Keep back, you weak-minded fool. Avert your gaze or you'll go crystal crazy.
I'm hungry. It's my favorite villain in the Crash series. Cortex, easily. That's another case of it's not even close. Although I guess it's closer than it is for like a lot of other, like, it's closer than Coco to any other character in general. Because like Cortex is phenomenal, but also like Dingodile is great. Engine is great. But definitely Cortex. Oh, Nina is great also. Body count's a good second. Stop it. Stop it. Don't hurt me like this. What do you mean that missed? Am I still using my previous name on other platforms? Nope. I am Kylie QB everywhere. The last place that I changed was actually YouTube, but I changed it at the start of this year. great, but I missed 7 boxes. What the hell is going on, man? You imported a 2DS from Japan solely to play Boom Bang and nothing else? No, that game came out in the US, right? For the plot, of course. Oh no. The change was so effective you forgot what my previous name was, although that's not bad. Yeah, for the better. I've said this before. I think my old username is more of a dead name to me than my actual, like, dead name. Granted, I don't want to be called either, but... The thing is that, like, the shift from my birth name to my current name wasn't, like, a super big one. The shift from my old username to my current username was a very different one. Don't worry about it, Super Sphere. It's not a big deal. It's well known the old name I went under, and I don't mind if old footage has it being used. I just don't want people to call me that in the present day. Like my old, like the Crash 3 NST any percent video that I made uses my old username in it. I don't plan on, like, changing that. Now, I do plan on, like, potentially updating or making an updated version of the Twins history video for, like, a number of reasons that don't have to do with that, but, like, obviously that is something I will change if I do actually make that updated version, is that I'll use my current username when I talk, for the very brief moment in that video where I talk about myself. If I was going to make another Crash Bandicoot video, what would be it? I'm going to make a lot. If you mean another speedrunning one specifically, the next one I had planned was probably a video on Crash 4. But I also got an idea recently to do a video on game over abuse in Crash 2, because I think that's a pretty underappreciated category. I might do that next also. Yeah, I'm really, like, not in that. I'm not in that Twinsanity video a lot because I just never really did any percent. I'm a lot more prominent in the early part of the Crash 3 video because I was a lot more prominent in the early history of Crash 3 NST. Yeah, I need to actually, like, go through the process of changing my name, like, legally. Yeah, hopefully the process is a lot more streamlined for me. From what I've read in my state, it only takes like 6 weeks. And if it's any indicator, my Medicaid approved like coverage of injection supplies with the listed reason being gender identity disorder, so hopefully I don't have to deal with any nonsense there. Hello? Okay. I do need to get that done soon though, because if I end up going to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship in Pittsburgh, I would like to be able to use my my chosen name and not my birth name, and they are very anal about that, so I'd also like to be able to update my PayPal, because I actually cannot do that until I legally change my name. One of the several reasons that I've started to prefer Venmo. The shy boy who seems to prefer playing as Goku to trans girl pipeline. True. I really need to take Cortex with me, don't I? Friend. Nah, the real fun ones are going to be the phone bill and the car insurance, because I'm on my mom's for both of those. And while she does know that I'm trans, she doesn't accept or believe it. So it'll be fun to tell her, hey, Mom, I legally changed my name. You have to make these say this now. And then she probably won't. So then I'll have to do it somehow. Why are people? I ask myself that all the time. I hate it here. gonna throw up, dude. Yeah, DZ. That day's been pretty good. Dude, are you serious? What the fuck? That was hard. Every time you think about it more and more, you start to become convinced that you may also be trans. Well, as I learned after lots and lots of extensive research, if you're this deep into thinking about it and questioning it, that's usually a very good sign. I hate it here. Yeah, that's the big thing. It's like, obviously, at the end of the day, the only person who's gonna know is you. But cis people do not think about their gender all that much. So if you're, like, regularly thinking about it, and it's like, but you're not sure, the fact that you're thinking about it at all for more than, like, a couple seconds is usually a very big sign. Like, as an example, like, I don't remember the exact context, but it was, like, I think in the middle of Cubiethon, where I said to, like, one of my viewers, like, you should consider estrogen. And they responded with, Lamau, nah, I'm good. So, if you thought about it, if someone offered it to you, that's also a sign. Maybe you're fluid or something. That is also a possibility. But being fluid is still trans.
I've never been so humiliated. No amount of treasure could ever begin to compensate.
Treasure,
The gender identity journey is a very nerve-wracking, but also very fascinating one. Like, I really enjoyed figuring myself out. And then after I figured it out, I proceeded to do all the girly things, and I was like, I love this. This is great. Where has this been all my life? Oh, right. I grew up in a semi-sheltered environment where I was taught not to question myself. If not explicitly, then definitely implicitly. No wonder I always felt so out of place. Yeah, I remember seeing, I don't remember if it was on Twitter or Blue Sky, but I remember seeing a post that was like, I was like, If any of you are unsure of whether or not you're trans, just know that I offered all of my cis guy friends estrogen and they all, like, recoiled in fear. Oh yeah, I missed the checkpoint. Shit. Man, I love doing this level with zombie. Yeah, I mean, I started questioning in, like, January 2022, but I thought I might have been non-binary, with my reasoning being, I don't feel particularly attached to masculinity, but I'm definitely not a girl. Clueless. So I was like, so maybe I'm non-binary. But then that, like, never like sat right with me. I was like they them pronouns just don't feel correct for me. And I remember when I was talking about my gender journey to one of my friends, they were like, oh, well, would you like me to start using they them pronouns for you to see how you like it? And I was like, nah, I just don't think that's, I was like, that doesn't feel correct to me. And then, like, in the same conversation, I was like, because I explained I thought it might have been gender fluid or something. And I explained, I was like, I don't mind being a guy, but if I had the option to be a girl, I'd be fine with it. And literally all they said was, yeah, that's usually how it starts. And then I was like, huh? And then that's how it all began. And I was just like, it's like that scene in Gravity Falls when Dipper realizes he has a crush on Wendy. He's just like, oh no. And that's what I did. Ice-T's hijinks compared to Slipslide Ice Capades is literal heaven. Not in the run. I would gladly take Slipslide over this. This level is miserably hard in the speedrun. You started your HRT thinking you were trans femme just to this year conclude you're gender fluid. Yeah, I mean, everybody's gender identity is, or like gender identity journey is, it can change over time. I definitely I didn't even consider starting HRT until I was like extremely certain that I was trans and just female. That's why you measure trans in euphoria, not dysphoria. Yeah. I think the moment it clicked with me, like 100%, that I was just a girl was, well, there was like a lot of things, because there was like, I shaved my arms and my legs, and I was like, this is nice. And then I was like, I was on HRT and I started the breast development. I was like, this is pretty nice too. I was like, but how do I know for sure? And then I tried on a skirt one time, and I was so scared of trying on this skirt. I was like, I'm gonna put this skirt on, I'm gonna look in the mirror, and I'm gonna be the ugliest piece of shit I've ever seen. And I'm gonna like just hate all of this, and I'm gonna want to stop. I put that skirt on, I looked in the mirror, it was the greatest I'd ever felt. And I was like, I love this. I am trans. I think they were like very close next to each other, Sam. It also, honestly, at this point, I don't remember. It might have been before I started the HRT. I genuinely just don't remember. You started with, oh, you're just bi and it made zero sense. I used to think I was ace. I used to think I was ace because I didn't experience attraction towards, well, anybody in general, but like women. I didn't experience attraction the way that I felt like my male friends did, and the way I experienced like being told male attraction. Like I didn't experience it that way. I was like, well, I don't feel the same things they feel, so I guess I'm ace. But it didn't feel right because I remember feeling some type of attraction towards women. And I was like, well, it must not be sexual. It must just be like romantic or aesthetic. And then, but like, even though it didn't feel like that, I was like, I feel like unattraction that is physical, just not, oh, I want to like stick my dick in them or whatever. And then after I realized I was trans, I was like, oh, I'm just like gay. I'm just a lesbian. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I do wear skirts sometimes, but my default leg wear is just like denim shorts that are like, you know, the standard denim shorts, like mid-rise and stuff. I love them. I think I look very pretty in them. God damn it, Entropy, can you stop? That's fair, DZ. I like leggings too. I actually really like leggings. That's like the one nice thing is that like in winter when it gets cold, I don't have to really default to long pants. I can just wear leggings, and that helped a lot. Like at AGDQ in Pittsburgh during like mid-January when it's fucking freezing and there was snow outside, like that whole week I wore a skirt and leggings, and I was like, I am so warm. Embryo's ugly as fuck in this boss battle. He was going through some stuff, okay? You just started feeling attracted to girls after you started in HRT. I think when I started HRT, I started to develop slightly more of an attraction to men than I used to. But the idea of actually being intimate with one definitely repulses me. I'm just like, nope, nope. Women, please.
You monster! Let my brother go!
My crystals! Ruined, thanks to Perky here. It must be repaired, and only one person can help. My niece, Nina Cortex. Isn't she delightful? Obviously, I've made a few modifications here
In there.
Quickly, to my private dirigible. Set a course for Madame Amberley's Academy of Evil.
You're way more attracted to guys than girls, so that could be one more sign.
Come along.
I mean, sexuality and gender identity are separate. But like, if you were assigned male at birth and you were attracted to men, but you don't feel like you're gay, that could be like, that could be something, I don't know. I just view them as two separate things. That was also a fun conversation when I came out to my mom, when I had to also implicitly come out to her that I was also gay. Because, like, when I told her I was trans, she's like, that doesn't make sense. You've had girlfriends and stuff. And I was like, yes, Mom. I am a woman who likes women. She was like, okay, so you want to be a girl and you want to date girls. I was like, I am a girl and I like girls. All right, we're so over here. It's not working. All right, never mind. We're so back. Doesn't my voice sound like the YouTuber named Lily Orchard? You know, the one, for example, that did the Steven Universe episodes, videos. Well, have you ever seen me and Lily Orchard in the same room? I've actually never seen any of her videos. I know I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about her. Wow, that didn't work. What the fuck? Oops. Imagine being a girl and not liking girls. I get it. Couldn't be me, though. I remember one time when I was, like, dating my girlfriend from college. I just, like, this wasn't, like, me exploring anything about myself. I was just genuinely curious because I had never asked her. I was like, are you straight or are you, like, bi? And she said she was straight, and her reason was she liked dick too much, and I was like, that's fair. Can't relate, but that's fair. Can't believe I'm just starting to discover myself better with a T-Woman live stream. It's crazy how that works. Imagine not liking girls. That's what I'm saying, Nick. Nick, you didn't answer my question before. When are we racing 1E? We like girls around here. I was mostly talking about girls. Hot.
As a former student myself, I'm well acquainted with the many secrets this institution holds.
Mr. Man about to hit me with the later tonight. Catch me totally off guard. Literally wish good luck and went straight to the gym. Look at this man caring about his physical health. Couldn't be me. It actually could be me. I'm thinking about buying a mini treadmill. That way I can do more walking than just like job stuff. Like if I just added like an extra 30 minutes of walking every day. Hopefully I would slim down a bit. The race starts right now. Fuck! Damn it. Maybe soon? Hell yeah.
I'm stuck. The greatest.
You're already in Halloween Town? Dude, how long have you been doing this? That's like 4 hours into 1E. I think it's more like 3, but... Your mom still hasn't processed that your wife is a lesbian and that you're a girl. Classic. I mean, after I came out to my mom, she didn't message me for like a month, when she usually messages me like every 2 weeks. She said she was busy though, but I don't know. I think she was avoiding me. But she opened the message with "Hi, son." I was like, yeah, I expected that. You feel sad for Cortex there? Yeah, he booted. Yeah, the humor in this game is top tier. Well, I told a parent. My dad has been gone for 9 years. When was 2016? Yeah, 9 years ago. Yeah, my dad passed 9 years ago, so never had the opportunity to tell him anything. But I don't know how he would have taken it, but I think he would have taken it better than my mom. With my mom, it was kind of like, I don't know. I was scared to tell her just because I didn't want to have the conversation, but I also knew that no matter when I told her, she was never going to be receptive to it. And my sister and I have both kind of learned to revel in just like being openly defiant of all of her like archaic expectations of us. So like it didn't, honestly, like it was more stressful leading up to the conversation than actually telling her. Like once I told her, I was like, yeah, I feel so much better. "2016 being almost 10 years ago feels criminal." Well, like I've said before, we're closer to, or we're further away from the release of Insane Trilogy than Insane Trilogy was from the release of Crash 4. Or what was it? No, it was. I think we're further away from the release of Crash 4 than Crash 4 was from the release of Insane Trilogy. That's what it was. Yep, Crash 4 was released 5 years ago, and Crash 4 was released 3 years after Insane Trilogy. What a world we live in. That's fair, Brunino. That sucks. I'm sorry. "2020 onwards has just been one very long year." I don't know. I definitely had some of my worst moments in my life in like 2021, and then some of my best moments well after. So the entire era of like 2016 to 2022 is a time that I would rather forget. And then everything from 2023 onward has been actually living the life I want to live, which is fantastic. 2023 Mr. Man almost didn't make it. I am immensely appreciative that you did, though. What the fuck is this camera? We're getting very close to being further from NST's release date than NST's release date from Mom's. Oh no. See, because Mom and NST was 8 years, 9 years. Yeah. And then NST turns 8 years old. Or NST is 8 years. God, you're right. What the fuck? Yeah, for sure, Zampage. I didn't discover myself, like the conversation I had with my friend that triggered my egg crack was like a couple months after my grandmother passed. So she never got to find out about me either, but I think she would have been fully supportive. My grandma was definitely always on the more supportive side of things than both of my parents, so let's make getting old happier. That's what I said. There's going to be a point in our lives where we'll all be further from coming out than coming out was from being born. If I make it to 63, I will consider that a victory in every way possible. It's been almost 9. It has been... Yeah, it's been over 8. Because NST came out July 17. Dude. You make it to 20, take it as a huge win. I believe. I also believe that nobody's life ends at 30. We need to squash the notion that the 30s mark the end of being allowed to live and have fun. Because I feel like I didn't start actually moving in the directions I wanted to until I was 30. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Disco. Like, my life started at, like, 28, 29. Well, you say I'm allowed to live for 2 years and then I just have to fucking die? Nah. Miss me with that. I'm 31 and thriving, dude. Maybe not thriving financially. I'm still working on that part. But, like, everything else in my life, fucking thriving. Anyway, what do you guys want for QBthon 2?
My airship! Without it, we're stranded! Tie it to something secure, I said. Hurry, Nina, or you'll miss the bus!
Yeah, that helped me a lot too, Ags. I think for me, the biggest inspiration for me to realize that I wasn't too late was Elliot Page. Like, the fact that he came out at like 35 and transitioned at like 35 or whatever made me feel so much better about myself. I was like, yep, 30 is not too late. How's the Plume membership going? I think I'm probably going to have to stick to monthly for the Plume membership, and then I don't know if I'll be able to cover the laser. But the QBthon funds are definitely going to be helping with a lot of other stuff. Like, I have an oil change scheduled for Monday, or Tuesday rather, and that'll help a lot. I've been looking into buying a new mattress, and it'll help a lot for that also. Once I get through, because I have to, once I go through the oil change, probably replacing my brake pads. So those two things, getting a new mattress and then getting my name changed. I'll see where my funds are from there. And then that'll give me an idea of what I would like Cubeathon 2 to be a focus on. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing in where I live, Corby, so I should be fine. God, I missed. I'm gonna try that again. There we go. Will it be a yearly thing? Cubeathon? Nah, I have the next one planned in a few months, probably. I'd like to do one in December because, if anything, raising funds for AGDQ would be very nice. I don't know if I'll always do them like every 3 months, but 3 or 4 months, but I already have ideas for a second one. Nita didn't miss the bus, but the bus sure missed her. That's why it's coming after her. You legitimately feel horrible for anybody who peaked in high school? Same. That in college, like, I loved my time in college, but if those were the best years of my life, like, goddamn, dude. For a while, it really did feel like those were the best years of my life, and then I got out of my, like, shitty work and life situation that I was in for, like, the 6 years afterwards. Now, though, like, right now, these are the best years of my life. Like, shit. I have some of the greatest friends I could ever ask for in, like, various different parts of the world. I'm working a job that I genuinely really enjoy. It's not my, like, dream or my career or my passion, but it's something I'm very happy to do. I'm not starving yet. I'm working on, like, rebuilding my Twitch and my YouTube so I can, like, make more revenue off of that. And then hopefully, once I rebuild, like, my Twitch and YouTube to, like, maybe not quite where they were a few years ago, but, like, closer in that direction, hopefully it'll just be a lot more stable.
To me, you'll always be a little verb.
Yeah, as I understand, Ag, that's, like, what it is for me. Yeah, actually liking what you're studying helps a lot. Do I have a Discord? I do. If you type !_ Discord, the link will show up in chat. Thank you, Nick. It doesn't work on the YouTube side right now, Ags, but if you, in the description for the, like, the stream, there should be a link there. I had the bot working on, like, I thought I had it working on YouTube, but it wasn't, so I might have to, like, set that up again. For me, they're not like directly correlated, but the start of the decline in my physical health definitely coincided with the decline of my mental health. But also, like, my mental health is way better, but it's still taking me a lot of work to improve the physical health, of which results have been very mixed. There we go. That's what we've been waiting for. Usually lurk on Twitch. That's your first time on YouTube chat? Hell yeah. Hi, Miss Iggy. Whoops.
Come now, as we explore a new dimension! It should have been 2 new dimensions, but we ran out of time.
Getting commissioned to do VA after a long hiatus of no acting gigs is incredibly vindicating. Hell yeah. Love to see it, Azrael. Is that a different chat? What do you mean? Like from the one I was using like last stream? Like on screen?
My daughter, niece! We must do something.
How's my today's
Think,
best run
Cortex,
been looking?
think.
The last one was a 115. This one is probably going to be around that, if not a little worse. And so I'm multi-streaming, Ziggy. Oh my god, it wasn't shit. Christmas might be saved. I mean, this is my second stream since QBthon, Mizuki, so I took like 3 days off after the end of QBthon and then did a Wednesday stream and then was busy Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so this is my second like multi-stream, so asshole. How did QBthon go? QBthon was immensely successful. Hold on.
Fish? Come along!
Oh my god, that was a gold. We got like 450 subs over 2 weeks, and we 100%ed every game. It was pretty ballin'. I walked out of it with the fear and loathing of the knowledge that I became better at Crash Bash. Dude. Cubeathon was so fun. I would like to do another one in the future. Probably not 100%ing all the games again, but like another subathon would be fun. Fear and Loathing in Splash Dash, more like it. Do all Spyro games. That might be one I do in the future. Another one I thought of, and this one is inspired by subathons that Violin has done, is doing any % of all the games randomized. So like they just like in a game shuffler, like they just randomly like shift in and out. Jamie suggested the idea of just doing a bunch of Crash Bandicoot clones, which I think would be fun.
There they are. Let her go. Take me instead.
Spyro is another one. I've also thought of just doing a more generic subathon where I just do stuff as I feel like it and see what people want me to do. Twitch restricts you to a maximum of 100 hours of saved highlights. Azrael. You don't know any of the Crash clones off the top of your head? Off the top of my head, there's Eminem Shell Shocked, Lilo and Stitch, Trouble in Paradise, or whatever the fuck it's called. There's Scooby-Doo in the Cyber Chase. There's Super Magnetic Neo on the Dreamcast. There's Silo Cybele on Steam rather. And there's a few other ones. Oh, Donald Duck Going Quackers is like the big one. I've got like a whole list of ones I know about. There could be more that I'm just not aware of.
Victor and Moritz's stronghold of evil. This is where we wrong the rights and sweep the past under the rug.
Nailed it. Nice. Thank you. My mom would always cut my hair so short, and I hated it every time. I think COVID was about the time that I started like really just letting my hair grow out, and at a certain point, I think after like 2 years of me not cutting it, I was just like, I just kind of like how it is. That should have also been a sign. This motherfucker needs to chill out and just let me jump on him. Or we can die. I am gonna vomit, dude. Need AA to chill the fuck out. Oh. Oh, the max for Twitch was 6,000. My sister is Pan, and she told me that her first crush was like a girl we knew when we were little, but there's definitely no way we would have been able to like talk about that openly when we were younger. Wow. Which Crash Bandicoot art style is my favorite in the Crash games? Overall, probably Nitro Fueled. Crash 4 is very pretty. I really like how Crash 4 looks. I just slightly prefer Nitro Fueled. Also, as time has gone on, I've grown more appreciative of like the Insane Trilogy character models. Not that I dislike the Crash 4 ones. I love those also, but I think I lean towards like the NST art style, which got carried over and improved in NF. All right, let me try that thing that Rijiku was talking about. Hey, Flush. I'm sorry to say this is the last run I'm doing. That didn't work. I probably did it wrong. Oh, I was very close. Okay. I'd go longer, but I do have a walk that I have to do within the next hour, so I don't have time for another run. Or it's not a walk, it's a pet sit.
That isn't enough! All is lost!
Yeah, I mean, 2 115s in one day is not bad at all.
Let's get out of here!
I would consider that overall very successful. Nice.
Oh boy! I love roast chicken.
Yeah, my PB on this route is a 112, and is also just basically my actual PB anyway. Like, I technically have a run on the early Hub 4 route that is less than a second faster, but is faster. But I don't really consider it my real PB. I mean,
you know, Crash, for all these years I've been wrong about you.
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with this.
Was a mistake, and your
I'm gonna do more before Fatales, but I might do some Crash 2 next stream.
All of this, I've learned that you can't run away from your mistakes, but you can bury them. I never want to see your ridiculous face again.
Save this gold that I apparently got. Oops.
Where am I?
What is this? Can't believe they got the Backstreet Boys to sing that last part. Alright. Well, that was a fun stream. So let me go to the end screen real quick. Yep, so whether or not that's the I'm kidding. It's not. It's not. I was making a joke. It's still Spiral Moon. I should put chat on here also. Hold on. Where is that? Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, so whether or not I stream tomorrow is gonna depend.
Here you go,
Oh my god.
62 cents.
Thank you, Neko, for a 1 bit. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so whether or not I'm back tomorrow is going to depend on whether or not I go play Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomorrow, which always just depends on who's available. So Mondays are always just going to be a maybe for me. So if I do stream tomorrow, I'll be back at like 4, 5-ish p.m. I might stream earlier just because tomorrow's tomorrow is a holiday, but I am working. Not as long as I normally do, but I am working, so we'll see. But yeah, I will possibly be live tomorrow. If not, I'll see everybody on Tuesday. So yeah, Twitch, let me find y'all a raid. I already know where I'm going. YouTube, thanks for watching. Appreciate all of you. And I will see y'all on either tomorrow or Tuesday.